Hi, and welcome back to
Inspired to Game. I'm Sean.
And I'm Lola. If you like what you see here, please support our channel by subscribing down below. All right, and to begin our review of Dice Theme Park, let's take an overview of just how it operates. Everybody starts Dice Theme Park with the exact same park, consisting of 4 hexes. Each hex represents a different ride or attraction. At the beginning of the game, you will get one random additional attraction to add to it. Each round, you'll be able to add more to make it grow. When you get your first visitors, that's what the dice represent, they go into the park entrance. At the park entrance, they have the option to ride to activate it. To activate it, you need this symbol here to indicate that you've used it. You cover it up with one of your cubes. When you do that, you will take whichever dice you want to activate it, pip it down, it's getting tired, and then move it on to the next attraction. Once it's at that next attraction, if it meets the requirement of whatever it shows at the bottom, in this case a green die, you can activate it. If an activation symbol is available, you pip it down, so from 5 to 4, and then it goes off on its merry way to the next attraction. I would do this with all the dice that I have around. As long as I have the symbols to run a ride, I can run it. And at the end of this round, any attractions that I have completed, I will score those victory points for the round. And whatever dice I have on the board remain there for the very next round when more dice are added. If any of them are ever pipped down to a 1, they get tired and they go home for the day.
Okay, in Dice Theme Park, you will run your park over a series of turns by using staff to plan out your turns so that you can spend money to buy attractions, welcome visitors, you can buy maps to give out to your visitors, and improvements for your rides, hire mascots, all in the effort to fulfill objectives and score yourself points. So Dice Theme Park, being a dice game, it's right in my wheelhouse. I love dice games. I love dice placement games. I like those kind of things. What I really do like about this is that weird mechanic, that nice mechanic of moving the dice through the park as visitors that are getting tired and wanting to go home, and it turns it into a puzzle of how can I move them from here to there. I really want to get them over here because that's my high scoring ride. Can I do that this turn? And if so, how? And it's just a lot of fun. I love puzzles, and it's a really meaty trying to get into it and figuring it all out.
Yeah, and it's pretty much a lot of what I really like about this game as well. It's fun to play around with the dice. It's fun, the puzzle, and it can be quite a puzzle trying to figure out once you've got a certain number of dice on your board and you want to move them around. You have to do them in a certain order in order to achieve what you want to achieve. Oftentimes you get to where you can run a ride twice, so you want to maximize that, especially if it's a high scoring ride. So there's a nice puzzle to it, and I really, really love the mechanic where they are pipping down and getting exhausted as they do subsequent rides. It's really thematic and it makes it really fun. There's also a lot of ways that you can manipulate the number of the dice with mascots increasing or decreasing to get just the right numbers that you need. So it's a really nice puzzle and it's a lot of fun. I like also that we have simultaneous play with it. So there's very little downtime between turns. We're both running our parks at the same time, and then once we're all done that, we're both adding up our income as well as all of our final scorings for each round all together, and then getting ready for the next round. So it's quick moving and quick paced.
Yeah. There's a lot of moving parts to it. There are even bits of the game. We've played an introductory game, which is a simplified and quicker version, and we've played a couple of games since, but we still haven't included some of the other mechanics in there, like skills cards, which give your mascots a little something extra to do. We're looking forward to getting into that.
One thing that did disappoint me when it first came out was it doesn't have the color red. So if you've watched this channel at all, you know that I like the color red. It's my favorite color to play, and it's very common to see it. But and they even show it on the front of the box. The front of the box shows red dice on it, but they only offer the 3 other colors. So that was a bit disappointing for me. And other than that, they have little scoring stars as well that are meant to be used to add up as you're adding up your end points at the end of a round. And we find that they're not really that useful and actually are more cumbersome to use than just either simply adding it up in your head or using the top score track to add it as you go. So that's just a nitpicky thing. We just, in that case, we just don't use those stars. But other than that, I think we really like this game. It's it's a light medium weight-ish, and it certainly has a place in our home for a fun night.
How did you find it compared to Dice Theme Hospital?
Yeah, so Dice Theme Hospital.
Is it Theme Hospital or just Dice Hospital?
Dice Hospital. Yeah, no Theme Hospital,
No
just
Theme
Dice Hospital. It's very similar. So if you've played that one, it your dice are patients that you get to pip down as they get sicker. As you heal them, you pip them up. So it's a very similar mechanism, but this one is much more complex as you're moving them throughout all the different attractions and can move them around in different places. So it makes it much more puzzly. So it's like it's worth getting if you want a more complex version of the same thing. Out of the two, we actually enjoy them both, but we much prefer Dice Theme Park because it's just a little bit more complex than Dice Hospital.
And we're really into theme park games. We own quite a few of them. And
we collect them, which is funny though, because we don't like going to theme parks. Or at least I don't. Do you like theme parks? Yeah, see, we don't go to theme parks. I did as a kid, but we don't go to theme parks, but we collect all the theme park games and we're a little obsessive about it. It's a little strange.
And this one falls right in with the rest of the theme parks. The only, like I said, the only jarring thing is that missing red and the muted green. The colors just aren't, cheerful and theme parky as some of the other ones are.
But other than that, very thematic, and it's a great game. Yeah. So if it's something that seems interesting to you, if you like what you saw, you might want to check out your store and pick it up. Could be a good Christmas present for somebody. I don't know.
Absolutely. And if you like what you've seen here on this channel, again, please subscribe and check out some of our other videos. In the meantime, happy
gaming, folks. I did that on purpose.